Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Northern Arena presented by Bell Fox versus Not Today, our 4th of 5 best of ones for the evening, set to get underway. The two teams that did not come out victorious in our first two heats now squaring off against one another. Reminder, this is all just for seeding moving into the double elim bracket, which begins tomorrow. So not too much on the line, neither team going home early, but this is a battle for the bottom. Loser of this will be the official lowest seed in the bracket. I'm Zayori, joined again by Mottpax. Trent, baby, how you feeling here coming into Fox Not Today?
I was actually just watching that video. Battle for the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, no, very twist ending.
Ooh.
But anyway, it's I don't know. It's you got to give the hand to Not Today. Obviously, Fox Open Qualifier team had a very rough go over with their PL Timber Vanguard Gaming. Didn't really work out, so they are definitely up against it once more here. Certainly favoring the side of Not Today. I thought they put up a very good fight up against NP. Like Greedy again, definitely a pretty standout performance on the TA finding farm where one would not have expected it to, be considering the pressure they were under. So almost expecting a pretty quick one here.
Yeah, Fox, the open qualifier team, they put up a good fight, but even Not Today. I think they have some experience. Some of these players definitely a little more notorious than the names over there. I do like the solitary judge, though. Of course, I didn't realize that Meth was their drafter. Maybe that explains a few things. I hadn't. He played the Shadow Shaman in that first series we saw, and it was a really tough game for him. He was very underleveled for the kind of the duration of the match. Really, is one of those Rasta games that we talked about where you get off to a slow start and it just gets worse from there. If you show yourself on the map, you're just that hero with a target on your back that everyone's gunning for. But here they go for Faceless Void Oracle, a good combo in a vacuum. But as we've talked about, Kunkka, one of the better heroes against Faceless Void. If he's not caught in the chrono, you throw the ghost ship in. You've got the yummy cocoa rum there to keep your friends alive. Interesting that Fox picked the Void confidently just right into the Kunkka like that.
Yeah, it's done here just because they take the Oracle as well. Certainly would not want to give Kunkka and Oracle away up against the Faceless Void, but I think they're happy enough saying, like, Oracle's the best counter against Faceless Void, I would think, in this meta, so we'll just take it along with it. And yeah, Boat's annoying, but at least that means you're, like, dumping Boat into the chrono.
Yeah. That is a fair point. You can kind of use it with that in mind. Sand King now for Not Today. Not sure if it's a core or a support. We've seen both. I think core feels more likely, but given that we've seen it as a support already, it makes me wonder what Not Today want to do with it.
Yeah, that would be pretty tough to execute with a Kunkka, so I'm assuming core, but you never know. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be a core Kunkka, right? Like that's.
Oh yeah, I was
not exactly outside the realm.
I was kind of thinking it might be a core Kunkka, honestly, but I guess there's been this, pardon me, maybe not resurgence, but influx of the position 4 Kunkka going the Tidebringer build, where you go from more of an eventual like position 4 that turns into a semi carry with armlet. Like phase boots into a crit or something like that. And after 40 minutes with the Tidebringer, you can actually be a pretty effective semi-core. And even in the early game, a maxed out Tidebringer is pretty scary harass, pretty decent damage, and it gives him the ability to farm in the jungle. So that kind of hybrid seems to be the best place for Kunkka. Position 5 support, a little too sacrificial, and hard farming position 2. Well, let's just say that has its drawbacks as well. So. But who knows? A lot of flexibility for Not Today with those two heroes, that's for sure.
Yeah, not a surprising ban. After that last game, that Naga Siren just did so much work.
Yep.
For the side of the Radiant in our previous engagement here up against that Chronosphere. So Fox not wanting to have to worry about that, and maybe start looking towards who they want to combo up with this Faceless Void. Like they pretty much trying to guarantee themselves good chronos. So the question is, who's going to be capitalizing on that?
Yeah.
Will it be something like Terribly? Will it be a Timbersaw? Is this a position 1 Faceless Void? Is that something that NRS likes? Kind of similar to PL in the sense that he's, pretty survivable.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Lots of options. I like the Elder Titan man, though, from Not Today.
Yes, very much so.
Very smart choice here. One of the better supports to combo with the Void. I mean, we've seen Elder Titan still in that first ban priority against a lot of teams. And that combo is just so nasty. The early game, it's okay, you know, it is whatever. But later on, Chrono into Earth Splitter is just devastating. And it's one of those combos that really doesn't have a good counter, except for just don't group up and let him Chrono you into an Earth Splitter, which is easier said than done when chaos ensues. So good choice there. Ricky now, 4th ban for Fox.
Interesting. Yeah, Ricky Kunkka Sand King would have been some interesting lanes. But just too worried about the hero. Maybe a sign that they definitely want to go greedy here, or perhaps a less survivable mid. Maybe something like that Invoker again. Didn't go too well for Brink last time, but having a Ricky up in your lane is only going to make it go worse.
Yeah. And OD now, the 4th ban for Not Today. So Invoker could definitely still work here. OD fits maybe not a similar build to the Invoker, but in the sense of being able to do big damage into the Chronosphere. I think it's a fine ban. What else could they put mid besides the Invoker to pair with the Void? I wonder if that last game had an impact on Brink. You know, if that was one of those games that's like, all right, fuck this, fuck Invoker, give me something else. Or if that was more of a, all right, that was a rough game, guys, let's shake it off and, you know, stick to what we know if he's a really confident Invoker player. It's kind of curious.
Well, they're certainly taking their time. I mean, this is where most of the time goes in every draft anyway,
Yeah.
but... Oh, well, jug. All right, again, so we still don't get any answer. Could be mid, could be safe lane. Initiation here for the side of Not Today's already looking pretty good, right? Kunkka can work pretty well like that Shadow Demon with the Sand King early on. If they do some crazy, like, dual melee support, at least there's a potential for kill. Maybe go some wacky tri-lane. Something, a lot of tri-lanes today, jeez. Very
We have seen a lot of tri-lanes.
games.
Yeah. A lot of try on try. All right, Not Today. This is a pretty defining pick here. 2 very flexible heroes. This should start to shed some light on what they have in store here. Okay.
Like, the meta's just so open right now. Like, there's just
Very
not
safe
these
support.
definitive heroes that you're just like, okay, they're gonna pick Mirana. Like, it's just, that's not it anymore. We're past it. It's not like, oh, they're just gonna
Yeah.
pick Morphling. You don't really know. Like, this whole versatility of the draft really has come back into full force, where you just don't, you can't fully predict the whole thing. Like, a patch ago, you just sat here going, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be this, but
Yeah.
we like, no one's even complaining about this patch. Has been another big theme of this, right? Everyone's just like, oh, we're all still kind of loving it right now.
Will there be a balanced patch, or is this one still trying to
It's
figure
done.
itself out? You know, we could get a whole nother iteration on this. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I think we need a tweak patch. There are definitely some changes to be made, but overall, I agree with you, dude. It's kind of sweet that predicting picks is difficult because of that. And it's cool that there are heroes that are viable as first pick material that you can play in different positions. You know, the fact that Sand King is like, it could be support, could be core. I don't know. We don't know. Let's see how the draft goes. That's a cool dynamic. And like, maybe not one patch ago, but 2, 3, 4 patches ago, there's not many heroes that can do that. Doom is a good example that can kind of play all roles, but not many others that fit into that motif.
Okay, well, with the Rubik
Ruby.
and Sand King line, that's a lot of magic damage. They're not revealing their what could be a position, one could be mid, but they do have the last pick, so it does leave the Huskar open. I think Not Today would probably just ban it to be safe. I mean, who wants to deal with that? I don't want to deal with Oracle Huskar.
No, I think it's worth a ban. Unless they're really feeling confident. Maybe they pick a big physical damage dealer here, and they're not,
Just go Ursa,
if
right?
they pick
Like,
Ursa or Sven, then okay, I'm not so scared of Huskar anymore.
Ursa's already a good hero here, too. Quick
Yeah.
kill, make it so maybe Oracle can't close the gap in time and able to put on a false promise. It's good against the Faceless Void.
There it is.
Just
Good call.
snag it up.
Good pick,
Good
too.
hero.
They've got a lot of setup for him. X, very good with Ursa. We talked about it before. The difficulty with Ursa is getting kited and closing the gap. So once he gets Blink Dagger, once Lion gets Blink Dagger, Sand King gets Blink Dagger, you have all these ways to get right up in their face and catch people before they're ready to initiate. Also not a bad core against Juggernaut. He pops Omni Slash. You've got your ult. You can mitigate some of the damage. Just nice beefy presence. The Rubik is interesting here. I wonder why the Rubik in particular. There are some decent spells to steal, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. A lot of stuns just between like, or if you want to call it like control elements, maybe between X. The torrent being thrown out. The boat too is pretty easy to snag if you can see him when he chucks it out.
Yeah.
It's certainly a high skill cap Rubik game here. He can just one extra stun in a fight can just be so valuable against someone like an Ursa who doesn't really want to buy BKB. Would much rather go for an Aghanim Scepter.
That's a fair point. You still Burrow Strike or what's the line
Hex
stun?
and Earth Spike,
Earth
even
Spike,
like a
that's it.
finger too, right? Like, a pretty easy one to steal.
Okay, fair enough. All right, you've talked me into the Rubik. I take it back. Though
We're good with the Rubik.
No
We're
field
in.
will definitely come in handy, though. I'm a big fan of the no field. I've also been playing a lot of Veno, so I look at Rubik now and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Null field again. All right. Axe now, the final ban. And oh! Meepo, insta-pick from Not Today. All right. Well, game 4 will be interesting at the very least.
All right. Fun. I like it. It's good. They're keeping us on our toes here. So
Who's
now
their
what do you want to
Meepo
do here?
player?
Oh, man, they have no time for this, too. Like 20 seconds.
Yeah, okay. So,
I would guess a tune, I assume, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a Schofield thing or something, and they'll do a roll swap. Or
Yeah. I don't know what the pick is here. I mean, you could do like a core shaker. If you want jug mid, void safe lane, you could try like an off lane shaker. They take Bat Rider. Also very good against Meepo. Just isolate one, pull him into no man's land.
Position 1 void, then.
Okay.
Brink's on it, but we'll see.
Well, I will say Fox have an okay lineup to deal with Meepo. You know, you've got Void with Chrono. Jug has a fair bit of burst damage. You've got a lot of ways to just grab one Meepo, isolate him, lasso into Rubik lift, that kind of stuff. It is Greedy that picks up the Meepo. Attune takes Ursa. And Sword grabs the Sand King. All right. I don't know. To me, it feels like this really comes down to almost all execution. Can they get the Chronos and the lassos to control the Meepo and Ursa, or is this going to be a game where Meepo just gets some farm and runs over them? I've never seen Greedy's Meepo, so boom or bust here. You know, as Meepo games tend to go, he either dominates or gets dominated. There isn't always so much in between. Sandwich strategy.
Yeah, it's tough. The lassos, like X, even Hex, it's short range, but it's very punishing, right? Like, if you get Earth Spiked and Hexed, you are just dead as a Bat Rider, and chances are you're not going to kill whoever you lassoed, so
Yeah.
some risky maneuvers coming up for Solitary.
Well, pause
play
to
that
get
hero,
things started.
Greedy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, not that we're big experts on Greedy, but not a Meepo player I'm familiar with.
Time to change that. Oh, no, I guess not. Clearly, Greedy does not play that hero. It's just DC, and he's done.
Greedy's like, God damn it, dude. You thought I said, it's a translation error. You thought I said Meepo. What? So Schofield Kunkka boots first. All right. There is a lot of catch on this Not Today lineup, though. I mean, you've got potentially 5 Blink Dagger carriers. You've got 2 of them with stuns. You've got Ursa, who's got slow burst damage, Blink Hex on Kunkka, and Blink Earthbinds on Meepo. I mean, for a team that doesn't have Disruptor, I think they have some of the best gotcha I've ever seen on a 5-man squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I don't know. Maybe they can catch out like that Faceless Void and stun him up, right? Like, a Lion and Ursa is a terrifying combination, and a Sand King is another, like, level 1, 2.17 second stun.
Mm-hmm.
There is quite a bit to help out on the Ursa.
And they've got huge burst damage. Like, all of those heroes kind of known for their burst. Even Kunkka. You know, you X them, hit them with a boat, do all that stuff. Wow, they really like each other. Schofield. Is Vidi South American? Is
Greedy's
Fox
not
South
taking that.
American?
I couldn't even tell you.
Is this one of these arguments where they don't actually know each other and they're just trying to out-cute each other? I don't understand what's happening.
I mean, they're both, like, they both play in the same pub games every day. I'm sure they know each other.
That's true. That is very true. So, how are the
Dire
lanes?
Ward comes out, spotted by Schofield, GG.
Oh,
Oh, do they not have sentries? They must have money on someone. Yeah, they're on the courier. They're coming.
nice Earth Spirit. For those of you that are joining us late in this broadcast, in
Damn, dude.
Fox's first game, Vidi played Earth Spirit and did not
His
find a
signature
single
hero,
kill.
by the way.
Signature hero, I think he was 0 and 8. So that's really rubbing salt in a fresh
Come on.
wound, mind
You don't have
you.
to bring up the stats. Just say they lost, man. Come on.
Well, you gotta
Don't do that.
You gotta add the emphasis. I mean, it doesn't have the same punch without the backstory. But regardless, lane's looking fairly straightforward for not today. I'll have Kunkka down here in the safe lane. It will be the off lane Sand King picked up by Sword, and that means Meepo is going to be in the mid. Is Ursa farming bottom, or is he going to jungle? I actually thought they were going to jungle the Ursa and core the Kunkka down bottom, but it looks like they'll just do a safe lane try.
That would
I
be
got ahead
pretty
of myself.
ridiculous.
I don't know why I thought they were going to go ultra greed
there's
mode,
a Meepo
but
pick. I'll forgive you. Like,
it's
you're a
true.
little out to lunch right now.
That's true. I saw South American Meepo. I just don't know what to do. So lane's looking pretty straightforward for Dire side as well. It's the mid Faceless Void. There's some guy who was raging in chat about how this was going to happen. Good call. Solitary Judge in the off lane bat, then just the safe lane try around the Juggernaut. Nothing too crazy there. Will be a tough lane for the Sword, though. Already being wrapped around upon. Fortune's End will connect. Vidi does have a lift, and I think this is just a nice, easy first blood. Burrow Strike not saving you from that one. NRS. Beautiful first blood. Easy peasy for Fox.
Yeah, Sand King, not exactly the best solo offlaner when he has to deal with two supports. So
Yeah, two
Good
range
punish
supports
there.
at that.
yeah, exactly. And with decent catch too, like just Fortune's End and right into a lift. A lot of early damage. Have a mango too, so he can't even come up and play aggressive.
Yeah. Tough stuff indeed. Not an easy game for him to just retreat into the jungle either. I mean, he'll have this hard camp he can stack and play around with, but in general, stacking and whatnot in the jungle is going towards the Meepo. He has to get over that initial hump, start the power farm, and jungle is one way you do that. Down bottom, safe lane try for not today. They either need to kill this Bat Rider or get one of these supports stacking in the jungle. Right now, this is a 1-on-3, and it looks like Bat Rider's having a pretty darn good time. Oh, Sand King dies again up top.
Again.
Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And he's not farming that well, but he's getting a lot of good experience. He's putting pressure on. For a 1v3, this is great for the Bat Rider. You compare that to what's going on in the top lane with the Sand King, who's died twice in less than 2 minutes. It's a world of difference.
Yeah, Bat's like only up until like level 3 territory now, 2.5.
Yeah.
Much better situation. Pulls are now happening top as well. Support's going to start getting quite a bit.
Level 3 Meepo. He's got his first little buddy.
The damage output from Meepo is actually so obnoxious early on, just from those poofs too. And like you can send one to the rune and you're just a support, like trying to contest it or something, and suddenly you get like double poofed and you just die.
Well, luckily Void is pretty well equipped to deal with the burst damage, at least every 24 seconds for now, with the time walk. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The Meepo is... It really feels like he's all over the place when it's even just 2 Meepos. They'll see him start working the jungle now.
And Meth is coming in to put on the hate too. He's got a sentry. Pop that on down. Make sure Sand King has nothing to do.
Wow. This is actually brutal for Sword. I need to stop saying the Sword, because Sword and the Sword are two different players. Isn't the Sword like an EU player or something?
I don't recognize
I
it.
think there are
Can't say.
two. I think there's a Sword and then a Sword with an article.
And this is really important, though, blocking this out, just because if you can force him into the jungle, it's not like, oh, well, he'll just go farm the jungle. It's like, okay, well, then now my supports can roam into the mid lane. My Jug can freely pressure. We already have the ward down up top, so forcing this rotation from Sword is just pretty much the victory to your early game.
I mean, and on top of that, he can't even really just go jungle because he doesn't have Sandstorm. He's gone for 1-0-1 at level 2, and this is...
It's slow, but...
Yes, it's possible, but it's not like a default, oh, don't worry, guys, I'm in the jungle. It's more like a begrudging, okay, I guess I'll do this since there's nothing else for me to do this game. Smoke now from Fox, 2 supports behind the mid. What's the play? Looks like they could go mid. Brink taking some damage. What's the play here, boys? Meth
They're going to
Vidi.
know this rotation's coming, though, or at least they should. But Lion might... Oh.
Jerry pops the smoke. Fortune's End gets charged up. Vidi picks up the Arcane Rune. Now they go in onto Jerry. They don't cliff him, but they'll just go for the kill instead. Now Greedy on his way in. Schofield as well. It could be a turnaround the other way. Meth caught by the Earthbind. Poof's coming out. Meepo will find the first kill. Now the X onto Vidi. Solitary Judge, only level 4, no lasso. Jerry taking a lot of damage, finds a decent stun on the other side. Vidi getting
Oh,
low. Telekinesis buys him some time. Jerry probably will fall. Looking bad for the Rubik, but now pops the healing salve. Poofs forward. They will finish it off. Earthbind. There's one off cooldown. Meth with a nice Fortune's End, but Ursa's there. Connects with the Earthbind. No, not Earthbind. Earth Shock, that's it. So much Earth this game as Meth gets chased down beneath the tower. It will be Not Today that find the better of this exchange. Ursa getting a double kill in the end, and looks like they won't find much more out of it. Uh-oh, Brink's here with a chrono. Connects on 3. Both Meepos stuck inside. He gets the bash to boot. That secures the kill. Now not looking so good for Not Today. Ursa and Kunkka on the run. Schofield with the X. Tries to do what he can to make some space for the Ursa. He'll get off the healing salve, but Schofield won't be so lucky. And Fox actually turned that around pretty effectively with the kill on the Meepo. It does end up in their favor. Slight net worth gain and one more kill going their way.
Oh, that bash. I'm pretty sure he was going to get the escape poof off if he didn't get that. So pretty well executed by Brink. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, level 3, right? He leveled it. You got to give him some credit.
Yep.
It's not like he was 302. He was 203.
To be fair, he had the most points in time lock that he could have given the situation. So highest percent play. Solitary Judge. Well, he'll have to think about it in solitary back in the well. X'd. Oh. Actually, can they find this? He's got a TP, no mana for it, and I think they'll give him the old Bat Rider sandwich. Good night.
That would be the most ridiculous, impossible scheme.
There was a moment there where I thought he might be able to do it, but alas, it was wishful thinking. Top lane, NRS almost dies. Maybe they turn it around the other way. He pops a salve. Caustic Finale drops it off. And
Greedy? He's thinking about that haste road. He's like, can I find this jug? Is he going to be greedy? Can I out-greed him?
He's looking for Meth. This guy knows where to score. All right, he just runs on through. He's keeping it steady with the haste rune. Well, I will say Brink is having a much better game this go-around than he did prior. Close to number 1 on last hits. Yeah, but this is a real game here. Initiated on by Greedy. A little bit of poof damage. Easily backtracked as the Judge rotates in. Still no lasso as he moves into the jungle. Okay. Well, so what
about a tune down here? I mean, he's the leader. You know, Meepo, he's getting all the attention, the crowd, the fan favorite, but already has the Morbid Mask. Farming up and towards the Blink. There's going to be a smoke here, probably from our supports. Is 7 minutes. They want to get active. And looks like they want to help out Sword. Oh, man, level 4. Jeez, I think, yeah, Kunkka. All right, we got a little bit of a trio here at level 4 here for the Radiant.
Well, Sword, it was nice knowing you.
I think they're going to try and counterplay this.
Nice disjoint. Stun the other way. They'll get the counterplay. Indeed, Torrent on 2. NRS, he doesn't have enough mana for Omni or the spin. Sword proves the greatest bait we've seen this side of the Mississippi as the Jug gets pulled back, and they make it a 2-fer the other way.
Yep. That was really nice, too.
Nicely done. That was slick,
It's kind of like, I'm just a Sand King wandering on up. I totally don't have 2 smoke supports coming. And, like, that ward, that's one of those ones that kind of bites you in the ass.
Yep. All right, 6-5. Not Today, moving further into the lead. 1,500 net worth, about 1,000 experience is their favor. Meepo now level 9, starting to feel pretty good here. And Ursa getting pretty close to the blink, 2/3 of the way there. Already has the lifesteal piece. Definitely the item Attune is waiting for to start joining these fights.
Yeah, one thing is Roche will be kind of obnoxious for them to take. Like, they don't have a good tower pusher, really, to like burst these down kind of early on, right? There's no solid core that just kind of naturally takes down these towers and opens up Roche a little bit. And then you're into Chronosphere and Bat Rider, along with an Oracle as well.
Absolutely. Smoked up Oracle, moving in, blocking out a couple camps here. Gets a ward down. And just blocks out the medium camp. He has another set going in pretty deep, really trying to limit space for the Meepo to farm. Looks like he wants to drop one just down in the spawn and block it out completely. I like this play from Meth. Very sacrificial. This is an Oracle with nothing but wards and TP scrolls. Sacrificing it all to prevent the Meepo from finding farm in the jungle. It's a bold play. He is at a humble 270 net worth right now.
Yeah.
Is this, this like too like hard of a 5? Is this like, I don't know, like this feels almost too sacrificial.
Like the levels, right? I mean, without false promise, you're not that exciting as an Oracle.
And it's not like he's just trailing behind a little bit. He is level 3. Okay, soon to be level 4, but still,
I mean, they do have a Rubik, I suppose, so it's nice that he's going to have 6 at a pretty decent time.
Yeah, but isn't there a universe where both Rubiks and Oracles can find 6 at a time?
When they had a free safe lane top?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Does it have to be mutually exclusive where only one can have level 6? Oh, boy. Brink, what's he working on here? It's just going for the Vlad's offering. So it looks like this mid Void will play just a similar style to the offlane Void. And have an initiation-based Vlad's first, probably into a Blink, and then some damage items. We'll see a Toon now move into the big bad Roche. Can the Ursa do it, though?
14 stacks, still has Enrage. He should be able to pull this one out. But Solitaire's here. Oh.
This is
Damn,
so
they didn't
annoying.
even see him, I don't think.
I think they just knew the timing.
Heroes.
Yeah, He has been farming in lane mostly, so when he's off the map like this, I wonder what Ursa's
Bat
doing.
Rider here, like
Yeah.
As well, like the fact that like the Bat Rider just almost came at that perfect moment, but good game sense by a Toon.
Yep. I guess by both, really. All right, back to farming we go. Not today. Pretty happy with this slow-paced game, I think. With a Meepo, Greedy can just take over the map, really live up to his name here. And he doesn't really want to fight until he gets Blink Ags anyhow. Not today. Should be fairly happy with this. Slow-paced game could also present opportunities for Ursa to move into the pit. Now that he has Blink, even though Bat Rider stopped the first attempt, there's really nothing preventing a Toon from just going back in there if the Bat Rider's distracted or off the map a little bit. So it's a constant threat for Fox and something they'll need to stay worried about.
Yeah, especially with that Blink Dagger too. You never know when he just kind of pops in. Even if you have good vision, it can be a little bit tricky to keep an eye on him. But at the same time, he's off the map. He has a Blink Dagger, so you know that he is actively looking for kills right now. And you can't just be like, Ursa's off the map. He's in Roche. He could just be camping up here in like your side chop up in your lane or something and gonna kill your Jug.
Yeah, and there's a point where it's just not cost effective for Bat Rider to linger around the pit. Like, don't worry, guys, I'm the ward. I'll see when he goes in. You know, he's got his own items he needs to farm up. Drum's already out on him. Looking okay in terms of general net worth, kind of middle of the pack. But a Blink Dagger is definitely a key for this Fox team to start taking some fights.
Yeah, look at Jerry, man. He's got 1,200 gold. He's living the dream is the line right now, considering. Like, pretty good. Been
For
pretty
11
active,
minutes.
roaming around the map.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Hey, man, if you're getting a Blink by 15, 20 minutes on Lion, you've got to be feeling pretty good. Meepo now halfway to Ags, and Sand King, he's now level 6. That little bait play up top with the turnaround has helped Sword's recovery a fair bit. Tranquil Boots and now 500 gold. Still a ways from the Blink, but at some point experience is really the key, and even just being close to level 7 for the maxed out Burrow Strike makes his life a lot easier for that initiation range.
Yeah, very different net worth distributions going on between these two teams, right? When we're talking about all these support items and stuff, too. Oh, top lane. Looks like NRS is fine. Oh, that torrent, though.
Okay. Oracle's nearby. That'll keep him safe, but looked like Kunkka might have an opening. He is level 6, so he does have Ghost Ship. As well as his Phase Boots. Down bottom, though, Chronosphere connects on 2. A Toon and Jerry. In a world of hurt, Meth and the Solitary Judge nearby. They'll get the first kill on Jerry, and now the Ursa falls. Not the Dream Lasso, but that's okay.
Catapult down, guys.
Still a twofer and a double kill for the Oracle. So now Meth finds his level 5 and gets some much-needed gold. You know, sometimes you look at Oracles, you think, oh, he shouldn't have taken all those kills early game. But that's a situation where Oracle getting those kills is actually the best course of action for Fox, I think.
Yeah, get a couple, you know.
Get him
items,
some boots
maybe
at
some
least,
boots.
you know? Yeah.
I mean, he needs more wards. You know, I see one in the shop, so Meth, please.
That's true. Get some smokes going on. But like you were talking about, getting him close to 6 is pretty important. Hey, there you go. He does pick up a smoke. And a Windlace. That is one happy Oracle right now. He's just rolling in items compared to where he has been. They really want this Jug up top, though. Schofield and Sword going at it once more. They force out another spin. The Jug does have raindrops, so a pretty difficult target to kill.
So kind of scary. It's so much magic burst. Like, level 4 Burrow Strike into boat. That is definitely going to be a dead Jug. So, like, one stun could just be the end of him.
Yeah. Schofield just waiting over the tree line. And they know Jug is kind of limited on mana here. He's got pretty good regen, but if they can force him to use spin just one more time, It's really just a matter of patience. How's Meepo looking here? He should be pretty close to the Aghanims.
Nice
Brink goes in mid. He finds a bash. He gets another one. Flame break back, and they get an easy kill on the Meepo. Kind of unexpected. Meanwhile, up top now, X into boat. Torrent, NRS taking huge damage, but Oracle sits behind him. Healing Ward comes down, and his flames will be purified. So the Fake's Edict keeps him safe from the damage. Okay, just like that, Fox find a couple of victories.
Yeah, and that's the second time in a row that Meth has just made that easy rotation. And again, he is a completely broke support. You know, he has boots. He's not even level 6, but you can still see that impact of the Oracle up against the Kunkka.
Yeah.
One of those picks that you'll see so often in pubs is some like first picks of Kunkka or something. You just see an Oracle come out right away.
NRS maybe in some trouble here. Big initiation. He has supports behind him. Gets off the Blade Fury, but a few more right clicks will find a kill. X onto Meth. They'll pull back the Oracle. Jug will survive. The Lion dies down in the bottom lane to the Bat Rider. Even Meth could still potentially survive here, but no, the stun from Sword catches him. Now Viddy trying to play Ring Around the Rosie, but it's a 1-on-3. He's stolen the Sandstorm. I've never seen Rubik dance like that. What an adorable little jig. Too bad it won't be enough to keep him alive. Stun from Sword. Follow-up right clicks from the Bear. Bring him down. The Grand Magus ends up in the grave. On the other side of it, Solitary able to blink away as Greedy tries to join the party, but won't get there in time. His other little Meepo finishes off that tier 1 tower mid. So in the end, ends up pretty okay for not today. Whoa, yeah, nice Solitary. Lasso onto the Meepo. Doesn't have any friends nearby. Jug on his way in. He gets it. Oh, the Omni Slash is just enough damage to finish him off, and Greedy falls again. Back-to-back kills on the Meepo.
Great game, man. Like 1,200 gold. He's now picking up his Staff of Wizardry. It's 14 minutes in, almost 15, and he has Drums and Blink. Tranquils, too.
Very
really
nice.
Great rotations from him.
5-1-3, level 11 at 15 minutes. That is about as active as a Bat Rider gets, I think.
And they've completely closed that gap. Like previously, it was kind of like top 2 Radiant, big chunk of like 3, a little bit further down, pretty evenly farmed up on Fox, and then like their super mega poor supports. But now, those 3 cores from Fox have suddenly shot up right to the top along with the Meepo, and now actually surpassing the Ursa.
Yeah, Meepo is still farming pretty well and does now have his Ags completed, so far from over for Fox. They're doing a good job. Greedy's definitely thrown away his life a couple of times here, but they need to keep this action up. It looks like Jug is going for the Battle Fury, so trying to find that late-game insurance, get a good farming tool. Even though NRS is 2-1-3, his net worth is kind of low. 15 minutes, and he's... Okay, well, he does have the Claymore back at home, but he still doesn't even have the Battle Fury complete.
Yeah, he got kind of sacked, like 2v1 against this Kunkka Sand King, couldn't really farm.
And now he might be in a lot of trouble. Sword starts it off with a stun, follow-up boat. Solitary gets knocked forward. They don't have the damage to finish off the kills. Now the lasso to turn around on Ursa, and they get it easy. Fox find a 1-0, and they're not done yet. Solitary blinks forward. Schofield getting low, but Rubik with the stolen stun brings down Sand King.
Oh, they're going.
They want more. Brink's already dropped the time dilation. First hit bash.
Honestly, though.
Hello.
Bashes.
Hello. My name's Brink. I bought rollerblades. Jesus Christ, this guy, he's been like on par with bashes. It's unreal. Who is this guy? And why is he so goddamn lucky?
Apparently he's a Faces Void player.
Apparently he's got weighted dice. All the while, though, Greedy said, oh, that's good, guys. Distract him. I'm going to go into Roche. And he finished off Ursa's work, and now the Dragon Lances begin, going for the value stats.
Well-known build at this point. You guys have probably seen it quite a few times come out now. I guess maybe a bed, probably the most common one to do. He's really just the Meepo player on everyone's mind right now anyway, so it doesn't really matter who the hell was doing it. We're just going to say a bed anyway.
Yep. Yeah,
so, grabs a bed, but...
I remember the
hasted Meepo.
First time I saw that. It feels pretty jarring. Earthbind. We need one more. And he gets it. Brink gets caught, but he's got the chrono. Can they actually kill the Meepos here? Lasso on the backside. Isolates the Ursa. The Meepo does survive through it all, though. Ursa's stuck on the high ground. Oracle will actually die to the Finger of Lion. Ursa, does he live through this? He's trying. He's doing what he can. But the Solitary Judge... Flame break almost to the low ground, playing with his food before he eats it. Ursa for Oracle ends up being an okay trade for Fox. Again, the Bat Rider making the big plays.
Hey, man, solitary. Just, like, so accurate right there.
Oh, Vidi. I feel like Vidi really, as far as support players go, and the few games we've seen, he is really all about the aggressive positioning. That's just like a solo Rubik just up on the other side of the river. He's likes to position himself right up near harm's way, but it's paid off. 18-minute Blink Dagger on Rubik with Arcanes is damn good.
Yeah, him and Jerry now both rocking the Blink, so battle of the initiating supports here, so you can disable the other cores up first.
I mean, I think we saw it in the last game as well with some of the, or no, maybe it wasn't Vidi, but that kind of aggressive positioning where, yeah, sometimes as a support player you get caught, but there is a plus side where that kind of greedier positioning will allow you to get these kind of core items.
Yeah, like 1437 with that Agnums on the Shadow Demon.
That's what it was. Yeah, that was the example I was thinking of. Good memory, Trent. Well done.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry.
Diffusal.
I only remember because he died right there solo, but, you know, that's Dota sometimes.
You know, I'm not sure if anyone's been getting these rollerblade references. Have you seen the movie Brink, that 90s Disney movie? It's called Brink. It's about the competitive rollerbladers.
No, I only think about that shitty game that came out that everyone was hyped about for, like, PlayStation 3 called Brink. And then it turned out to be awful. Do you know what? And it was all about parkour, though, so, like, I wasn't sure if you were going on that.
No, it's, I guess an American, like, Disney
FPS.
Channel reference. It's a great movie, though. I have it on my hard drive. Next time we're hanging out, we'll pop it in. Great. Soul Skaters.
So I get to visit the Moonduck house someday and watch Brink.
Yep.
Sounds like quite the weekend.
Mark it down. Here we go. Bat Rider finds one. It's a Sand King, but they've got an X from this Kunkka. Now the Chronosphere comes down. Rubik gets popped first by a Toon. Looks like a pretty good setup for Not Today. Schofield with the boat, flies across. Doesn't connect on much, but gives him the ROM. Now Greedy joins the party. Sword gets off an ult. They need the cleanup damage. Meth should pop from the False Promise. Now Brink, caught by the Meepos. Omni Slash does some decent cleave. Greedy with a low Meepo will get brought down. That's the Aegis of the Immortal. It's 1 for 3 as the Meepo comes back. Brink without mana. They should be able to chase him down. Earthbind Finger, a 1 for 4. Only Solitary survives. Not Today take a huge fight. Aegis of the Immortal makes it an easy one, and they get a huge net worth swing out of it. Nearly 3K. Oh, the Bat Rider. He gets caught on the high ground. Sword finds him. Any friends nearby? Bat does have a TP. He should be able to get out of this.
Oh, he is wand.
Maybe even killing Sword. Sword will not live through it. Bat Rider falls, but he gets a kill before he dies.
I did not think he was going to get that sinking.
Me neither.
But, well, back to that big fight. The total damage done that fight was about 8,400 for the side of Not Today, and 44 of that 4,400 came from your Meepo, so...
Wow.
Pretty absurd. Pretty well played. I mean, Juggernaut was similarly pulling up about half damage for his team as well, but... Greedy, he's getting it done, man. The Aghanim Scepter, Dragonlance. See if he goes for the secondary Dragonlance. Oh, does he already
Probably.
have it? Oh, no, he doesn't.
From what we've seen, 2 Dragonlances is... Well, 1 is definitely core. 2 is fairly standard. 3 is where it starts to get a little bit questionable. But that gives you a little flexibility. I mean, you can look for like a Hex at that point, so you have the...
Oh, they're going to find Greedy?
The Blink Jump. Oh, Brink! He gets a first hit bash! Are you shitting me? Oh, God. I mean, they were probably going to kill him anyway. But come on, dude. You bump into him, Void's like, oh, hello there, friend. Boom. First hit bash. That makes it an easy no-brainer. Like, 0% chance he lives through that with the follow-up. It's just that cherry on top of demoralizing, like, greedy bastard. Ugh. Okay. You know, I feel like bashes on Void are one of those things where you only notice it when it's at the clutch moment. You know, like every bash feels like a first hit bash. But seriously, this game feels like he is just it's like a guaranteed first hitter. Schofield now caught again by the lasso, pulled into no man's land, and just easy right clicks for the Juggernaut. That's a freebie right there. Again, this Bat Rider is constantly controlling the beginning of these fights. And just like that, it's a 2-0. Fox able to put some big pressure into this tier 1 mid.
Though Meepo's down, putting the aggression in. They want to keep going. I mean, they still have Chrono, right? Like, why would you back away right now? This is a nice little take here. I thought Not Today were really about to just, like, kind of take over this entire game. I wasn't having a lot of faith, but that one pick-off onto Greedy just... You can see there's a little bit of momentum forming on the side of Fox. Maybe they'll get that next Roche, right? 2 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Their vision, they're going to spot this Ursa if they can back away. Oh, he is invisible. I was on the mini-map. That is an issue. They will not spot this Ursa.
But Ursa will spot them. The initiation could come out. There's no lasso for another 20, but they do have a chrono. Meth, the one that gets initiated on. Nice. Now the chronosphere comes out, but the boat perfectly places, flies through, destroys the Oracle. Now Brink gets killed. It's a quick 2-0. Sword on the backline gets stunned up by the Rubik, but Meepo on the other side chasing out the other two cores. The Rubik will indeed fall to the Ursa. And it looks like the other two will make it out. They ping the tower. Not today. Ready to take some objectives off this as they get another big fight. 2,500 net worth swing once again. Turning into quite the topsy-turvy mid-game here as both teams are constantly going back and forth. But is Greedy actually going into the Hex? He's got the Void Stone now. Interesting.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's a good game for it.
Yeah, no, the Hex is great. I'm just surprised at the timing. I thought he would have gotten another Dragon Lance first. But interesting. Tier 2 tower dies mid. And just like that, not today, are back in the lead here, Trent.
It is pretty topsy-turvy indeed. I don't know, I guess it's big spells, right? You're looking in towards like Chronospheres and then some maybe saves by the Oracle if he can try and hold them together. I think there was a disarm on the Ursa during the Chrono right there, which was a little bit unfortunate. So no like magic damage being stacked on top of them. Not that they really have that much to throw, in all honesty, anyway. But
yeah,
didn't quite get that whole synchronizing of skills and whatnot. As Bat Rider, he's digging deep. Got a Meepo.
He finds himself a Greedy. Brink looking for the big bashes. They don't even need it. Brink gets credit for the kill, and it's another good lasso setup. Now, I mean,
we all wanted it though, right?
Yeah, we did. This is a really good example of how just great single target can be an effective counter against Meepo. Bat Rider can just isolate one, and every time it makes it easy. Brink now caught out by Sword. There could be a turn the other way. Jerry jumps forward, and it could just be right to his death. Oh, not what the Lion wanted. Now Sword bashed up, stunned up, and brought down. It's a 2 for the other way. And just like that, Fox find a 3-0. They're right up the mid looking for objectives. What are we watching, dude? This is literally just...
Like, your Meepo's dead, and you're jumping heroes here, and... I mean, they had Radiant Vision. Maybe they just thought no one was going to make this rotation, but... I don't know. You put yourself in a big hole here.
This is just...
Can they even force a buyback? I mean, there's no glyph.
Nothing like Dota in the Americas, baby. SA versus NA. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we all came for. Tier 3 tower taking big damage. Fox, they could be doing it here. There are some buybacks available. Heroes respawning soon. The tier 3 goes down. Schofield pushing him back as best he can. Fox will not overstay their welcome, and even though they have all of their ultimates available, they back out happy with their tier 3 tower kill. Void now at this critical point where he's level 16, has Manta and Diffusal Blade to go with the Vlads. He's actually got pretty good damage output here, Trent. If he catches somebody in the Chrono, the mana burn on top of the illusions is pretty dirty.
Yeah, it can pretty much turn someone useless too. Which mana burn as he circles this B rune before finally taking it. And wow, Roche might come at a very fortunate time if they happen to, you know, you saw NP. One thing they did really well is they always had the courier in here, like non-stop scouting these very important Roches, and this is another one. Like whichever team spots this can take it so quickly from both sides. Oh, and they're gonna go for the pick off first. Now that was under vision, so they should be fully aware of this coming. But oh, it's the counter smoke. It's the bait it with a tune.
Oh God, smoke into smoke. Who's gonna catch who? It's Greedy that gets caught in the bottom by the Bat Rider. On the other side of it, this is a massive fight. Who's gonna catch who? It's the Bat Rider that goes down first. Now Brink drops the Chrono. He kills Jerry. Okay, that's an easy pick on the Lion. Now Brink in some trouble. Oracle helps him out with a false promise. Boat comes flying through from Schofield. He brings back Brink, but it actually doesn't stun him. Faceless Void still alive on the way out, but now Greedy joins the party. Huge Earth Binds. Meth as well as Brink get killed simultaneously, and Fox do not take the fight that they were hoping for. The Chronosphere, used exclusively for Jerry, found that objective. But alas, it did not win them the fight. And just as it looked like Fox were about to take Barracks, not today, are now about to take Barracks. Buyback from the Bat Rider. Buyback from the Oracle. NRS with a spin, doing what damage he can to hold this off. They've already used the Glyph. Not today, starting to retreat. Solitary does not have a lasso, but they might still catch Schofield. He's X'd himself, and it's not going to matter. He will just fall. Do they get more out of this trend? Is this about to just swing back the other way? It very
on.
well could. Lasso into Omni / Ursa falls.
Are they going to get Roche now? I mean, these buybacks might have just completely paid off. But I just want to say that last fight, Jerry might have been the only one he died, but he was so the hero there. There was a 4-man chrono when Void came out of that smoke. And there was a very quick hex there from Jerry.
Is that what you were giggling about? Because when you made that noise, I just panicked and zoomed out far. It was the worst camera work of my life, and I'm real embarrassed. Here we go. Greedy. He's getting low. He's in trouble. Sword channels his ult. Greedy lives longer than he should. Keeps the jug in. They'll go 1 for 1. Now the stun onto the Bat Rider. Jerry gets caught by the Fortune's End. Bat Rider blinks forward. Now he'll go down. It's almost a team wipe for not today. Sand King does blink back. Meepo down for 75. He does have a buyback, but now they move into Roche. Does Meepo buy back for this? They have a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, so he could buy back and get in the fight pretty darn quick. No, he buys BOTs. That's his buyback money. He needs 92. They're going to let the Roche go, it looks like. Or maybe not. Schofield just trying to harass. It's cute.
They're keeping the Ursa. I mean, it's kind of slow, Sword.
I mean,
no
Jug's
Effie.
dead. Maybe they'll go 3v4.
I mean, it's Manta Diffusal. I don't know. Oh, that's cheeky.
All right, so just a little bit of X harass. Ursa, he just jumps in onto Meth. Oh my God, the Abyssal. He gets destroyed. All of a sudden, it's a 3v3. Now the Chrono comes down. His sword tries to counter-initiate. Ursa's going to be out of mana. They won't be able to kill him here, but he's pretty crippled. Schofield throws the boat, comes across, doesn't do a hell of a lot, but it might be enough to keep Sword alive. Brink caught by the finger. Not today. Hanging on by something. They'll lose their Sand King, but now Schofield in a little bit deep. This is just a bloodbath. It's like a gladiator arena outside the Roche pit. He's the Overlord just watching as his minions lay into one another. Lasso from the Bat Rider grabs into Ursa. Omni Slash again. That'll kill him shortly after they brought down the Kunkka. But their Void's dead. And Meepo's back. I'm not so sure Fox can actually move into the Roche pit, and they can't. Greedy confidently just goes right in there.
Yeah. I mean, what is there to say?
Roche is going to the Radiant. That's basically what all of that just led up to Greedy getting the Aegis. That was.
I wish I could see how many buybacks there were in total the past, like, 4 minutes. Been rather absurd.
I mean, look at this gold graph. It looks like a damn heart monitor. Okay.
So we end up with, it was 2 buybacks on the dire. Oh, that's right, because the Meepo just bots back, and that's what it was. After he came back to life, he's still one of those treads. But this is just, ooh, doggy.
So Meepo, he has BOT's treads. What happened? Okay, no, he's just hanging on to the Void Stone. I guess he's still looking for a Hex, probably to replace the Aegis once it expires. Any other big core items we missed during the madness? Now 4 Blink Daggers out on the Radiant, pretty huge. We talked about the Manta Diffusal on Void. There is a Aether Lens on Oracle. That's nice, but now a Smoke Rotation from Not Today. Rupik is working on an Aghanim. Still pretty far off. He's got a point booster.
That would be quite the pick up this game.
Yeah.
That would actually be very nice.
Oh, Diffusal up on Meepo. That's interesting. He bought the Void Stone, and it's like he just completely changed his mind.
Yeah, I guess he felt they needed more damage rather than lockdown. Like, he already has a Lion. Oh, guys, you're smoked. Come on. Yeah. Oh, that's come on. Don't you hate to see that? I mean, it was a Manta illusion. Like,
yeah, that's a
Oyos.
little bit brutal. Fox probably giggling at that one, I think. Both sides getting some vision down here. No
Definitely,
gem.
You can tell it's tense, eh? Like, the nerves are up if you're
Yeah.
hexing illusions while smoked.
Dude, this is one of those games. It's 24-29 in 32 minutes. This has been a complete bloodbath. I think everybody in this game is just on a hairpin trigger, like ready for an enemy to pop out at any turn to take a fight, because there have been so many weird skirmishes at times where you don't really expect it. Like, nobody's even playing Dota right now. It's just a one-at-a-time fight around the Roche pit. Tier 2 tower up top, soon to be rubble, it seems. Brink, gotta be careful, buddy.
I think Schofield's eyes might. Yeah, okay, good. This is probably better for them that Void left.
All right.
Greedy, okay, it's just Jug. No one else is coming. I'd be kind of scared if I was greedy right now. They don't really see any of these heroes.
Hell
I guess
yeah.
they see Brink now, actually, underneath this ward, so everything's fine.
Still, 2K gold up on the Meepo, almost level 25 now. Things are very stalled out at this stage, and for all the back and forth we've seen, the net worth is completely zeroed, as is the experience. So it's almost like the last half an hour didn't happen. We're dead even.
Yeah, actually, wow. And it hasn't even ever fluctuated that high. Only like a 3K lead max.
Pretty insane. Like, the Meepo's done normal Meepo things, but they've found so many kills on him that it started to level it out a little bit. What a weird game here, Trent.
And we still have one more, don't we?
Yeah, we do have one more after this. The kind of.
Would you believe it?
The decider. It's like the loser, the winner of this series versus the loser of the last series.
Ah, yes, up against the Mason stack. Way too.
Yeah. So winner of this is playing against the Mason stack. Correct.
Doo-wop.
A little, or
Doo-wop,
Ever
doo-wop.
Novas as they are in the bracket. You're not up on the latest in NA team changes. I know, it's hard. Tier 2 up top. I mean, down bottom. It falls.
Yeah, this has gotten tougher for Fox. Like, Meepo has a lot of items. You can't just blink in. Like, now there are these items as well in his supports, too, where this Lion has a blink, so there's not just this easy initiation path here for Solitary. He can't just grab one and run away. They are grouped up as 5, and this is when they're absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
Atune's at a place where he feels comfortable doing this. He's just like, yeah, I have a Abyssal Blade. I'm going to stick with my team. I don't need to be max farming right now. I'll get a BKB soon enough, if that's what I want. Could be an Aghanim Scepter as well. Not exactly an ideal blink or a BKB game here.
Yeah. And now there's a gem out on the Kunkka, so we'll see Not Today start to take some more map control, clear out these wards, all that good stuff. Fairly standard at this stage. I just noticed that Schofield is .bdm. I wonder what that stands for.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
His Diffusal Blade's on the ground. Happening. Where's the courier?
Who, the Meepos?
Yeah, look at Greedy right now.
Oh.
He tried to buy... I think he thought he had the Void... Oh, he's just gonna... I see. He's just gonna go home, grab the thing, and then poof back. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I thought for a moment, I was like, wait, he just bought the Diffusal. Is he going to sell it again to go back for the Hex? But so this is kind of a cool build now. He sold the Dragon Lance, and now he'll get Mana Burn, get the Purge to chase people down. So he'll have Hex and Purge. Now this Meepo will be pretty hard to get away from. His solo kill potential just went up. And
It looks
Geostrike...
like Fox are... They're,
damn.
questioning themselves right now. Like, there's not, like, an item that's going to come out and change any of this.
Yeah, right. This is the stage where it's really about execution. Bat Rider has already done his job and more in terms of controlling the mid game, making space for his team, and this is where the Jug and the Void really need to start to shine and find these pickoffs. The Void might want to consider a Blink Dagger. He's got those core damage items. Next step is just something really hard hitting, or like an Assault Karas or something. I think Blink could still be worth it for him.
Yeah, I'll see.
I mean, a key chrono is still game-changing here. Or potentially game-changing. Rubik about
We might just
halfway
be
to
chilling
the
until
eggs.
next Aegis, honestly.
You think so? It's going to be
Yeah.
a while. It's a
Our
good-
vision situation is pretty polarized right now. No one has, like... I mean, the Radiant have the advantage because they're, like, in the Dire jungle, but it's not like... I don't know. I feel like the Dire kind of have an idea of that, so they're not really giving any good opportunities. Oh, there's the Hex, though.
I hear it. A little piggy in the background. He goes in onto Brink. Instead, he switches to Vidi. Yule's Scepter buys him some time. Brink hanging on to the Chronosphere for now. These Meepos doing a lot of work. The Rubik dies first. Now the Omni Slash starts bouncing around. Boat keeps him alive with the Rum. The Chronosphere locks the Meepos in place, but where's the damage? Greedy starting to get low, but the Rum holding on. NRS might be able to live through this, but no. Schofield with the Tidebringer to send him down to the depths. Now Brink left behind. We'll have a time walk in 1 second. BKB popped by the Ursa. Brink completely out of mana. Won't be able to time walk. Schofield getting low, but Jerry blinks forward. They'll bring down Meth. It's deadly, kids. Now Brink, nowhere to go. but down. It's a full 5-man wipe. Is Not Today do it, losing only their Meepo and picking up all 5 of Fox. Very nice.
All right. Got the Meepo, guys. That's pretty much all you can say at the end of one of those ones, but plenty of gold going over to the Ursa and heading over to the Kunkka. I don't know. It just feels like Not Today have been in control for the past, like, 15 minutes. Like, they're almost, like, kind of goofing, maybe. I don't know. Like, and now they just seem so much cleaner. Big 5-man rotations, actually warding ahead of their time.
Yep.
I
mean, and
there,
again, we see why Kunkka is so good against Void. It bought the Meepo that extra little bit of time where, yeah, they still killed him, but he did a lot before he went down, and then it was just an easy cleanup for the rest of Not Today. They'll put a lot of pressure onto the base, looking for some objectives here. Pressure on the Tier 3 top, pressure on the Tier 3 mid. Glyph comes out, no buybacks used, and Fox will hang on to all 3 of their Tier 3 towers.
That is pretty nice, considering there was no chrono. Like, Void is one of those heroes that even if you have buyback, and like, he's great in that utility role position 3 because, like, you're not maybe spending necessarily all that farm on pure damage. You'd have a blink or something at this point, but even when you're position 1, you don't really want to buy back without chrono.
Yeah.
Oh, that was under ward.
Oh.
He definitely saw the smoke.
Yep, there's that Radiant Ward soon to expire, too. Kind of bittersweet there. Solitary out on the front line looking for the pick. Kunkka X's himself.
Okay, he's trying to pop the smoke. It's a really nice play.
Dire drop a scan down bottom. They pick up a Meepo, but Solitary takes a lot of damage in the middle of it. Greedy does go down after the Juggernaut pops him with a Omni Slash. It's pretty brutal when you're all clumped up in the trees like that. The Battle Fury does so much spread damage across the Meepos. It's a nice pickoff. That's 90 seconds with Meepo on the sideline.
Yeah. Maybe a bit too greedy there. I think Not Today we're hoping for a counter initiation play. They thought, like, okay, they won't be able to kill you in time. We'll come in, like, we'll save you. We'll do our thing. But they weren't close enough yet. It seems like they didn't react in time to the smoke. I really like Schofield's play. I thought he had the right idea. Coming out, like, he knew they were coming in that area. He was just a little bit too late.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a free tower. No buyback available here for the Meepo. I'm not sure. He wouldn't be holding anything that would necessarily give that away, I don't believe. And he didn't buy a new item or anything.
I don't think so. The Diffusal and Scythe have been out for a while, and he's actually not that far, 500 gold or so, not that far away. It's reasonable to think he has a buyback for sure. Tier 2 tower goes down bottom. That is the last outer tower. And remember, Not Today did lose that Tier 3 mid a while ago. This is still 30 seconds where Fox have an opening. They're going to go right for it.
Yeah, I mean, they have Lasso, they have Chrono, and Meepo hasn't fought back yet. And if he doesn't buy back after that stun, I think you know he's not coming back.
Yeah, and here we go. Schofield with Yules. A little bit of extra survivability there. Fortune's End will secure a melee barracks for Fox. I think Brink gets low. Just send an illusion in. They need to finish off this barracks. Oh my gosh. The Sand King does fall, and they finally get it. Now the Ursa jumps out of the base. The finger pops the Oracle. Lasso pulls the Ursa further into no man's land. Buyback from the Sand King. Not Today want to take this fight and punish hard. Brink with the BKB in full retreat mode. NRS will TP home, and he does make it. Meepo's now poofing in. Won't be able to find any stragglers as everyone on Fox does TP home. So it's not quite the hold Not Today we're hoping for. It's a melee barracks down, but...
Okay, melee's down. I mean, you only lose your Oracle. I think Fox are very happy with that right now. They were definitely on the back foot for an extremely long time. They essentially farmed this part of the map for the past, like, 10 minutes or so. So I think they're pretty excited about that one pick off on the Meepo from that smoke, turning into a potentially game-winning swap over. The fact they went Roche, or rather Rax is huge, too. Like, what if they backed away for Roche? Because the window was, you know, a decent chunk where they could have been like, okay, we should check Roche, just go back for that, play it safe, but... pushing the envelope a little bit, taking a risk that Meepo didn't have buybacks, super paid off.
Yeah, and it very well could have been a Roche up by then. It's a very long respawn once again, but they got a little bit lucky there. It could have been a free Roche. So, again, this game continues to be pretty even. Not Today had a 7,500 net worth lead, and we're back down to almost even, about 1,500 at 40 minutes. Not Today. They've made some big plays this game. They're like these windows where they look like a really well organized team that's on the same page, and then just moments later they'll jump in and take a pretty poor fight, or their Meepo gets caught out, and all that hard work they put in just kind of goes by the wayside. It's a really weird play style. They get ahead and then throw it away almost instantly.
Well, it really has been kind of his namesake, right? Every single time, it's just been pure and utter greed. Like,
it's true.
That one Meepo up top, this Meepo down here. They know they're smoked, and yeah, he's like, nah, just this one more wave.
Yeah, you make a really good point here. And another smoke now from Not Today. This one not scouted out by the Dire. Didn't smoke under a ward. They have an idea of where Fox are, and they're going to wrap around the backside, but can they actually find the initiation? Greedy in the front lines. Let's take a look at Dire Vision here. Or Radiant Vision, rather. My mistake. Oh, good. They catch it. Meth just gets obliterated. So does the Bat Rider. That's how you want to start the fight. Rubik buys himself a little bit of time, but he is certainly dead. And just like that, it will be a 3-0.
Oh, the Earthshock. Is he living? Yo, Vidi.
Void. He gets caught down bottom. He'll fall. Vidi actually does live. Somehow, some way. The coconut. Oh, the Coco's wrong. He had the stolen boat. That's why he lived. Duh. But on the backside, the Void gets brought down, and Void does not have a buyback here. This is huge. He's short 350 gold, and he does have Chrono. That's actually massive. This could be Barracks for Not Today.
Surprised it wasn't Roche, honestly. I guess they're just more concerned with ending the game.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's that same scenario the other way, though. They don't know that Void doesn't have buyback. They're kind of wasting this precious time here.
Yeah, they should know Roche is up. It's definitely been the timer. It is cheese, so it's certainly worth checking. And
okay. So they'll get.
They will do so.
They will get something out of this Void down. God damn, they kill it so fast. That's the Meepo effect there.
I mean, is there any reason even to go home right now? Everyone has mana. Everyone has ultis.
No. Well, Ursa's out of mana.
Ursa.
But
yeah.
Yeah, they'll have to reset.
He looks really slow. 355. 43 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
there we go. There, Mask of Madness and Phase Booth. That's what I'm talking about. 415.
Good old Ursa. Really good initiation from Not Today, though. That is, again, a perfect example of what we were just talking about, how there are those moments where they look like a true Tier 1 team, and that's almost the perfect initiation. Just come around the backside. They pop the Oracle, the hero that can actually save somebody and reset with False Promise. Take him out of the equation, shut down the Bat Rider before he can initiate, and get a kill on the Void on top of that before he can even Chrono. That's the way to do it.
Well, being perhaps a little bit cautious, or more cautious here, as Jerry's up here. You have your Ursa. So maybe learning from their past mistakes.
Possibly.
Or not, you know, maybe he'll just go off on his own and get chronoed, and we'll be just back in the same situation.
I mean, dude, I'm not sold. They haven't gotten Barracks yet. Not Today. Have not sealed the deal. And if they lose a fight, you don't have buybacks on their cores. I mean, this could be huge. Who do they find? Jerry will definitely fall, but can they find more? Following this Bat Rider, looking for a catch, but on the backside, Sand King goes in with an initiation.
Oh, they're clipping him.
They try to high ground the Ursa, and they will. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Greedy. Jumps in onto Vidi, finds the kill there. Brink has already used the Chrono. He's got the BK Beyond, but he'll just get pushed back. Schofield trying to solo Meth. Looks like he'll be close on that front.
Stuck. Oh, no.
Brink, nowhere to go. Meepo gets the kill there. It's a super spread out fight. In the end, though, Not Today. Looks like they'll find the better of it. Meth survives longer than he should, but upgraded BOTs on the Meepo make it easy to hop on top of the Kunkka and finish it off. Now the buyback on Oracle. Not Today only lose their, well, 2 supports. You got Sand King, who's not quite a support, but now Greedy goes in deep. Follow-up from the Ursa. They want the Jug. He's pretty survivable. Schofield could die here, but no, they find the kill on the Juggernaut after all. He has a buyback. Void is without. Tier 3 tower goes down, but the Meepo actually dies. He will have the Aegis. He comes right back. Solitary, maybe not in the right spot. He grabs one Meepo with the lasso, but there's a lot of other Meepos still standing. He goes down quick. NRS trying to spin back towards the well. He will make it back. Now Greedy taking some damage. He needs to be careful here. He could fall. Fortune's End locks him down. Jug gets the kill. It's an unstoppable streak ended.
How did they not get a Rax?
They get a tier 3 tower, and that's it. It's because they dove. Greedy got fucking greedy. Again. He dove past tier 4s instead of just focusing on structures. And now Ursa's going to get left behind as well. Attune, he's carrying the gem. It's going to hit the deck, and Well, they did have to use 2 buybacks, but Fox will clean this thing up.
Did you catch what happened with the Ursa up on the high ground?
No, I was following the other side of the fight with the Meepo. So I saw he got high ground, and that was it.
He gets high ground, and he starts getting lower and lower, right? And he has no way to get off because you're just going to keep putting the fire on him and whatnot. So, yeah, he pops the BKB so that I'm not sure. He's still not going to be able to blink. Still can't do anything. But then NRS went for the Omni Slash. And then as he's being Omni Slashed, they went for play because they're like, oh, like Jug doesn't have a way down, so I'm gonna bounce you off, like bounce him off a solitaire on the Bat Rider, and he bounced down the Ursa as the Omni Slash ended, and NRS got clipped.
Oh
and had
my
to TP
god!
home, and then Ursa lived.
Oh my god! All right, I was definitely watching the wrong side of that fight. Now we'll see initiation onto Sword. Brink with the BKB on, doing a lot of damage here. Almost kills the Sand King, but he uses the Yules. He lives. Now Greedy jumps out of the base. They might be able to turn this. Oracle down, Rubik down, Faceless Void down. 3 heroes dead on the side of Fox, 2 of which do not have buyback. And now finally, Not Today might be able to push out and do some crippling damage. But can they focus on structures instead of diving the well? The world may never know.
Or we will in like 10 seconds, but we're not sure yet.
Oh, God. Can they resist the urge to dive in deep?
I think they got this. I have faith. You know, there's no buybacks. It's time to go.
Meepo the Miner. Greedy. This is your moment to shine, buddy. Buyback from the Rubik straight away. Glyph is available for Fox. They go for the tier 3 tower, not the top barracks that are exposed. They go through backdoor protection even. The Glyph heals it back up. Now they bring down the tier 3. Barracks exposed. 25 seconds till the Void comes up. Huge opportunity for Not Today. They finish off the mid lane of barracks. They level out the game. Jerry drops the stun. Tries to just push him back while his team focuses on structures. Attune just going right for the barracks. Beautiful stun from Sword on 2. Greedy caught by a lasso. Boat coming in. More Meepos on the way. Greedy could be in some trouble. That one little Meepo's getting low. He will die. Omni Slash jumping around. Schofield, he will fall as well. Not Today. They get a lane and a half of barracks. Now Attune pops the BKB. Tries to fight. In comes the Sand King. Does some okay damage.
Oh, if they could get that Ursa.
BKB's the other way. Brink drops the Chrono onto Sword. They'll kill the Sand King. No problem there.
NRS.
Jerry can't stun. NRS with a Blink Dagger finds him. And just like that, Not Today lose 4. 3 of the 4 have buybacks, though, Trent. Meepo, the only one that can't.
Wow, almost 2,000 gold to the Bat Rider from that. Holy, they're rich.
Ooh, that is a huge swing. My God.
That's like items swing. Like,
The
there's buybacks now?
Meepo did 7k damage in that fight. He's out of the game for 55 seconds. I'm not sure if Not Today can really take a fight without the Meepo. He is such a huge part of their team right now. Oh, God. Here's the Glyph. Fox might be able to do this. Remember, they got that mid lane of barracks already. Now a buyback from the Sand King. Lion respawns. They finish off the tier 3 sour.
Back now, too. I'm not feeling so good about this for the Dire. I don't know.
Fox. This is bold. It could be too bold. Schofield just trying to delay. They're trying to buy time before the Meepo comes back up. Melee barracks fall. They catch NRS. Boat on the way in. It won't connect, but the finger will, and Ursa gets credit for the kill. Another X onto Brink. They pull him back to the low ground after the time walk. He gets bashed up, and a lot of damage comes his way. False promise. This will help, but I think he's still going to pop, and now they catch the Oracle. Meth will die on the high ground. Oh, it's a lover's suicide pact as they both fall. Now 3 down on the side of Fox, but oh wait, 1 has buyback. Somehow Bat Rider also dies. He's 6th around. Greedy gets the kill on the Greedy Bat Rider. And now I think Not Today won this game. 2 heroes without buyback. But Void could still buy back in Chrono.
I mean, I don't know if they're just going to like blink in the well.
Okay, no, actually Jug doesn't have buyback. All right, yeah, it's over. I thought Jug still had one.
I don't think no one's even like ticking over here.
What
I think that's it. All right, here we go, Void. Maybe it'll be like the scary buyback and they just run. All right, what can Vidi steal? What's he got right now?
Does he have the Ags?
Actually,
He does.
Effigy aptly sums up this moment right now, the IO.
Fuck! That's pretty good. They'll clear out the bottom lane of barracks, and there's just one building standing between them and Megas right now, and it looks like it will be turned to rubble soon. It was a noble effort from Fox. They put up one hell of a good fight, but
Dude, until that throne is dead, I'm just not even, honestly.
all right. You know, I'm not going to lie. This game was crazy 15 minutes ago, pretty wild 10 minutes ago, and I checked out 5 minutes ago. It's just been this insane, like, throw bodies at the well. Okay, down the other way. And it's just been this, like, look at the gold graph. It's this crazy heart monitor going upward. Chrono connects on Jerry. Oh, no, not like this, Jerry. He'll get killed once more. The rest of his team says, sorry, pal, we want to end this game. Brink stays alive, but the Meepos stay true to the cause. Greedy gets the boat. It'll keep him alive, but not long enough. He dies before the throne goes down. Greedy doesn't even say GG. He says, screw this, screw Dota. I'm going to bed. That was not fun. We got another game ahead, boys. All right. Well played by Fox, the team from the open qualifier. Glad to see this game at least be a fight. You know, the first two matches we saw were very one-sided, so it's cool to see these teams have a pretty close game, a bloodbath.
I'm sure parts of it were fun, but I think they were done with it by, like, I don't know, 35 minutes.
Brutality, dude. Absolute brutality. So we have one last match tonight, Trent. This is a final bit of Group B before we move into the bracket tomorrow. And that matchup is Not Today versus the Mason Stack Duop.
Wop.
So that is coming up next. I think that is scheduled to start in about 15 minutes, actually. So not even
Hopefully
that far
sooner.
behind. Yeah, we're doing well. Probably an early start. So stick around, boys and girls. We've got one more match coming up tonight. Of course, this is all in lead up to the big LAN in Montreal in November. Tomorrow begins the bracket, and the top two teams, I think, qualify for the LAN. The rest will be direct invites. The LAN's not coming up till November, but still a lot to look forward to for North American fans. I was going to say around the world, but I guess North American fans in North America. It's getting late here, folks. Stick around. One more game coming up after this quick break.